I guess, well, this is the first time I also saw, also maybe some of you have already seen him, but this is the creator of Moodle platform, which is modeled or created especially for as a learning platform for educational purposes. And this is the their original site, let's call it, where you can find all the advice, or if you have any problems, or the solutions, or to ask for clarification, or whatever you need. Moodle is upgraded actually from every now to then. I'm not sure exactly how frequently it is updated, but definitely it is. And there are always new versions. So I think that our faculty has one of the latest ones. And which one? Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask you. Do you know which educational institution uses Moodle the most in Serbia? Come on, girls and boys, if there are any. Nobody.
Laura, can you repeat the question, please?
Yes, the question is, do you know which educational institution uses Moodle most? No, not mine. Aha, this one, girls. I guess a lot of you know. What? Jelena, you're looking like you don't recognize this building, but I guess you do.
I do recognize it, yes, but yes. I didn't study in Belgrade actually.
Okay, sorry. Well, anyway, let's go on. Well, all training I had connected with Moodle was when I took a course with the consultants E-Limited some, I think, 8 years ago. And the OKC BOR, Creativni Centar BOR seminars, because they use Moodle platforms. So actually I explored it from, you know, the other way, the other side, better say, the other side. I have never had any training in using how to use Moodle. So everything I do by researching and actually experimenting. And there is one more, let's call it problem, that not all features of it are adjusted at our faculty site. So I cannot use all of them, even though I would like to. It is not possible, and later we will see. So this is my faculty, the faculty where I work at, Faculty of Health and Business Studies in Valjevo, and we use actually English is taught in all study programs here for all 4 years. And what my colleagues and I decided to do, we decided to have actually semesters are divided in summer and winter semester. Each semester lasts for 15 weeks, and each week we are supposed to have 3 classes. But then, since we have classes in both semesters, I like other subjects, we decided to have 2 classes in the classroom, face-to-face, and one via Moodle platform, because it is really important to have students do some tasks and to see that they did, let's call it homework. It's not the classic homework, but definitely we have to see that they did something on their own. We use those 2 course books for the beginners or the lower levels and for the upper levels. Okay, this is our site, and at this menu, which you can see, which is in Serbian right now, stranice predmeta, those are subject pages, which lead to each year's page, and this is how it looks like with the foreign languages, with English and Spanish. And I don't know if any of you ever took any course which was on Moodle or use Moodle as well. I made screenshots of the pages. This is general section here, as you can see, and then come the lower part is divided in weeks, or they call them topics or themes. I don't know originally what is the name, because our Moodle is in Serbian because of other professors, let's call them. Okay, so this is how it looks like, and actually, as you can see, these weeks can be hidden from students. They cannot see what, the content if you like it, and if you want to add more weeks, you do it here at the end of the page, which I personally do not like, because I prefer to put the latest week, the week that we are present and that we are working at the top of the page, and then from my point of view, it's a little bit difficult to move it up and up, but okay, it can be done. What tools do I use? Here we go. This is the button that you should press to add activities and resources, and this is how it looks like. Of course, it's in Serbian again, but if there are people who do not speak Serbian, these icons can help a lot, because they are always the same. And so these are divided in activities and resources. And I do not use much features. I use forums, dictionary, quiz, and assignment. And from resources, I use file, page, URL address, and label. Maybe you have already seen that label which says winter semester, that picture. Label is something that is fixed, that you cannot change, and I usually use it to put some pictures for when it is the Easter holiday, or the 1st of May or something like that. Maybe later we will see it on my pages. Okay, so let's start with how I use these tools, let's call them. This is the page tool, and I usually use it to present content using additional material, videos, listening exercises, links to blogs or sites. And now this will be, let's see. This is my page. This is one of the page that is called page, actually. And you can see I have put some videos, links to the videos, how it looks like when you check in or check out of the hotel. So I put several of them because I wanted students to repeat it as much or as many times as possible, to look at each one and to listen to the language. And now I'm going back, just a second. The next one are the listening exercises, which I also have to, which I also put on this. You can see, because usually students' book do not go with listening CDs, at least those that we have. For students, it is very difficult. They can only hear those tracks in the classes, and I think that it would be really good if they would be able to listen to them as many times as they like or as they prefer. So I usually put them here. They are on the Google Drive, and then I link it there, and they can listen to them. I even think you can see how it looks like. So it can be opened here. Okay, and the next thing which I do is to put some links for the blogs and or other sites. For example, this is how I did with the lesson that we're supposed to talk about how something is produced, to use passive, and this is something that I added as additional material, and used page for putting links for that. Okay, let's go back to the presentation. Forums now, let's see. This is the tool that I use, which I use most. And here you can see what I use it for, to present content with feedback, which means that I do the next. Just a second, let me see, let's go. So, for example, it looks this way. Match and Benny exercises, for example. I don't think that's exactly what I meant, but okay. As you can see, they have linked exercises, and then they have to comment on them. This is the beginner's level. That's why I write instructions in Serbian, and I ask them to give feedback in Serbian, because it would be really difficult to expect them to, yes, how many tabs? To expect them to do that in English, and this is how it looks like here. Then next thing which I do here is the communication practice, as you can see, which I kind of turned into writing practice, because they had to express this was the homework, to express their opinion. Then reading aloud, yeah, it could be, I mean, maybe at the university level, it looks like it's not a good practice, but you know, I have a lot of beginners who have problems with pronouncing words and everything, and this was a good thing to practice, to make them practice, and to make them practice pronunciation. And here is how they are also able to present it. I'm not sure if you can hear that, but maybe next time, I'm not sure if I share computer sound. Yeah, okay. So maybe you can.
Up in a family where their mother regularly made clothes for herself and
etc., etc., etc. Okay, let me see. The next thing, sorry, homework, reading tasks and answers. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Here we come. Sorry. Okay. Reading tasks and answers, getting started activities. So I linked everything here. Just let me see. Well, this was getting started activity about outsourcing. So I actually made it as a forum discussion here, and they had to, in their opinion, to express their opinion. Then another getting started activity. Again, they were supposed to write their opinion again about the topic. This was the speaking task. They had to read the instructions from the task in the book. I also posted some explanation about how to create PowerPoint and everything, and the girls did it. Here they shared with me, but let's see, I'm not sure if there is enough time to do that, but let's just see. So they posted their description of their product here. Okay, so the next thing which they had to do was a writing task, and then again, you can see I made it as a forum to answer directly, so that everybody can see what other students wrote. I have to say that they are not very diligent, and they do not do homework as I would like them to, but such is life. Okay, here is another writing exercise, which is also turned into here in the activity on the forum. So these are all homework assignments which they had to do. here on the forum. Okay, let me see. Go back to presentation. Dictionary. Dictionary is also one of the tasks that I use as, let me see if no, this was listening tasks. Sorry, now I am a little bit confused because there are so many tabs and I'm not sure, I cannot see the presentation together with it. This was listening exercise, which took them to the site with podcasts, and they had to answer the questions which were originally given here on this podcast. I have to say that I switch from the lower levels to the higher levels, so I guess you can follow and see what's going on here. Then listening exercises again, which they have to answer to. And here is English Serbian dictionary, you know, with all the explanation and how to use it and what to do with it. And I guess this is the at least read that vocabulary list at the end of their books at least once. Okay, here is how I use labels. For example, you can see Dan Primiria, because that was the day when we didn't have class. It was the national holiday. Okay, just let me see. Tests are actually quizzes. This is called quiz in English. As I have already told you, this was not just well in our Moodle platform, on our Moodle platform. And the problem with it is that I really need a lot of time to create questions. I cannot repeat them. I have to go out and back every time when I need to make a new question. So we do not use them as you know, regular tests, which I know that Faculty of Philology uses, but actually I transformed it at vocabulary exercises, reading exercises, grammar exercises, and it looks like this. So let me see. So here we go. This is a vocabulary exercise, as you can see. So I put here, I uploaded a picture from their books, from their exercise, and turned it in a vocabulary exercise. Here is another one, just a second. This is kind of a reading exercise. They had to read this and to answer true or false. Maybe it won't work if I don't click anything. So you see, true or false exercise. And also this one, this was a grammar exercise, which was copied from the book. And actually, I just transformed the exercise from the book here on the platform using this quiz form. Quizzes have a lot of types of questions, but as I have already told you, I cannot use them all. So these are some of them, but I think that they would be really, really, really very useful if we would be able to use them properly. Okay, the next thing that I use is assignment. I use it for homework, of course. I guess that other types of these online classrooms or everything have this kind of things, because when students upload their work, nobody else can see it except, of course, teacher. So this is one of the one homework that I asked them to post, and this is how it looks like when you have to check it. So you have exactly who uploaded homework, or here students can write directly. They do not have to write in a Word document, but they can write directly on the platform. This was another one. So I posted this task, and they also had to write descriptions Here you can see they can upload, these students uploaded Word documents and I think notepads or whatever it is called. And when I see that, I know that students are from IT department because they do not know how to use Word, for example. Okay, another homework. I took a picture of a lesson and then actually text in the lesson and then posted the questions that were in the text and they had to answer to them. This is also beginners level, lower level. Let me see. These answered directly on the platform. Okay, you have the idea how it looks like when they this one was interesting because I wanted to show that to you that they had to record themselves and then to upload recordings together with Word document or whatever the homework was. Adjustment to the students' book units content, I have also already mentioned that. For example, here it is how it looks like. This is one of the tasks, which was a speaking task, and of course I turned it in the writing task. So they had to describe. Let's not read it. I'm afraid there will be too much time to do that. The next one was, just a second, a little bit. Here was another one. They had to write, you know, that exercise that they have to, or activity, they have to tell 3 sentences about something, and then the others have to guess which one is correct or not. So first, I was the one who wrote it, and then they had to answer it. And of course, the other students have to do the same thing, and they did it. And here is another exercise, which is which was turned into the exercise for practicing. Let me see the next one. Okay, pair work. Pair work. This is how I'm trying to implement all the aspects of active learning. So to make them work in pairs on Moodle and group work. Well, it's not that I am always successful about it, but let's see. So this was communication practice where they had to be paired and then to record their dialogues, and they did it, but this one was not linked to, I think there are some that are linked to, no. Okay, sometimes they know how to link them, sometimes they don't know how to link them. Okay, this was again product design that they have to explain. This was also done in pairs, but as you can see, only 2 girls did the homework. And this was just a group work. Yeah, sorry, this was a group work that they were kind of a group work where they have to answer to each other's or to discuss each other's opinions. This girl had no answers, but let's see this one, for example. You see, one gave her opinion and the other commented on it. This is a kind of group work that I thought would be possible to do. And here is another one. They were divided in groups, and each group, okay, here. So, you know, you can see this is Serbian, of course. Now, when I see, when I look at it, you can see what I wrote here. You know, this was an English class. So everything is, you can find everything here. And okay, this tab is for feedback and self-evaluation, because students are, I always, when I post links to do some extra exercises which can they be found on internet, then I always ask them to comment on them, to give the feedback, to say how successful they were, if they made any mistakes, if they made any, when, why, and everything. Everything and like that. So you can see, again, this is the lower level group, so that's why we did it in Serbian, but they usually do not comment on it, but then I ask them to do it, please, because I want them to think about their progress and everything. Again, here they had comments, for example, like, let's see. Yeah, okay, she said the exercises were useful, etc., etc., etc. And here is one with the lower level students. I'm not sure if she answered or not. Usually, no. These students who are a little bit on a little bit, not a little bit, but upper level, they usually do not post their comments. Okay, and what are the advantages and disadvantages? I think that advantages are really, from my point of view, there are plenty of advantages, because somehow I think I could not organize my teaching without Moodle platform, because it's really very useful when it comes to that part when we have to give points to students for their activities, because this is the part of the whole mark that they get. And disadvantages are, it would be really nice if there would be some courses to help us see how Moodle actually, what other characteristics of Moodle we can use, or features of your tools, or what is it called. And I think that's it. What time is it?
You are right on time, Laura. No worries.
Am I? Great. Okay, so
there are a couple of minutes left for any comments, feedback, and I can tell you that in the chat box, the feedback goes from those traumatized by being the students at the University of Philology, I guess, to those saying very helpful. And there is one question: is Moodle available as online platform?
I think so. I don't understand what do you mean as an online platform? You cannot.
Gordana Ignatovic asked that question.
Well, it's asynchronous. Help me pronounce. Yes, asynchronous. So you do not use for direct teaching. But as you can see, maybe at the beginning, I showed that you can incorporate, probably Zoom could be incorporated, but I really don't know how yet. So, I'm not sure how it works.
Well, I'm not sure about the question either. So Gordana, you can unmute yourself and tell us what you meant. But Moodle is the platform for which you have to pay to use it, right?
No, it's free.
It is learning management system.
Yes, but it's free. It's completely free, and I actually had my own. I don't know if I mentioned that. I had my own. I needed to rent some space. Okay, guys, I'm not very techno girl, so I have a husband for that things, and so I think that he rented a place in Lupia. Is there something like that? It is called Lupia or something like that. I'm not sure. But what is the problem? When they update their site, then you have to do something with the things you have on that site to be able to function again. So I had my own Moodle platform because I wanted to experiment. And then it turned out that I could not use some features which I previously was able to use. And then I realized, since I do not have that much time, that I do not want to pay for something that I cannot use. and that's why I do not have it anymore. But I think I had it for 2 or 3 years or something like that, and it was not very expensive. It was about 50, less than 50 euros for a whole year. So I thought, well, it's worth paying that much money for being able to experiment, but unfortunately, I do not have it anymore.
Since it's the learning management system, you have to host it somewhere, and you have to pay for that hosting.
Yes, for that you have to pay. So this one is at the faculty site, actually. They have that server or whatever it is called.
Yes, because I wanted to use it a couple of years ago, but it turned out that my institution didn't have a proper server to put it on.
Yeah, okay, there, yes.
Resort to other things. Okay, thank you, Laura.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I mean, the problem with our server is probably something because I cannot use all the features as I have already told you. With that quizzes, it doesn't work well. So I don't have time to waste on organizing it, and I don't know, doing something for 3 hours that could be done in half an hour. I really do not want to do that. So that's why I sometimes just, these were things when there were not too many questions to put in it, and so it was easy to do it.
Yes, once I'm there, I wanted to ask you about the assessment and how do you actually count their participation and whatever they achieve.
Thank you very much for asking me that, because I wanted to write assessment and then I forgot about it. Thank you. You know, the good thing is that at the faculty we have the specific way of forming their grades, and the one part of the grade is they're coming to classes, let's call it that way, and activities that they do. So I just see if they did what of the tasks on the Moodle they did, and then I edit and say if they have enough points for that. If there are 13 weeks, then usually for each week it's about let me say, we have 5 points for each semester. So I divided, it's 0 point something, but it still counts.
So is it like a percentage or some kind of a grade or mark that they get?
No, just points. So you know, well, it's difficult to say now, but they have to have 15 points for coming to classes and activities. And this is the part of the other part is for seminar paper, then for 2 tests, like we call them colloquium. I don't know, in English, colloquium is something else, it's not that. And for exam, you know, so different number of points for all those parts, let's call them parts or activities, they together form the mark. So this is something that really helps with the activities, with coming to classes, with everything, you know.
But how do you actually transfer whatever they have produced in class or in the online Moodle class towards the grade?
Well, actually here, their knowledge is assessed in tests and exams. And this is what helps them reach better, you know, level of English for those 3, because they have 2 tests and exam, 2 written texts and speaking exam. So this brings them towards that. And here on the Moodle platform, what is assessed is their participation, actually.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, if there are any other questions, or if not, okay, so thank you, Laura. You have some nice comments in the chat box. You can check them yourself.
I will read it later. Will I be able to read it?
You will, because we will be staying in room number 1. So thank you all for taking part, and we will be going on a
Thank you, everybody.
And thank you, everyone, and thank you, Laura, for participating. And we will be taking a 10-minute break and then going back at 3:45 for our final session.